For 6 weeks, I have been talking to you about vulnerability triage, the CVSS trap, saying your risk in dollars, shrinking 47 criticals to 3, when to measure, and last week, when not to. You would be forgiven for thinking this was a series about patching. This is The Pulse, cybersecurity signal in 5 minutes. I'm Jane. It was not a series about patching. So here is the confession at the end of it. I picked vulnerability triage on purpose. Not because it is the most important decision you make, because it is the easiest place to show the discipline. It is the one corner of security where someone already did the hard part for you. EPSS hands you a real probability that a given flaw gets exploited. So when I say severity is not probability, I can point at 2 numbers for the same flaw, and you can see the gap. That is what makes it the perfect classroom. It is not what makes it the lesson. The lesson is the move underneath it. Strip the flaws away and look at what we actually did for 6 weeks. We found the decisions that were expensive, hard to reverse, and genuinely uncertain. We refused to spend rigor on the ones that were not. We reasoned in probability and cost instead of color-coded severity. We calibrated instead of guessed. None of that is about vulnerabilities. A vulnerability was just the thing we pointed it at. So now, point it somewhere else. A vendor wants into the center of your business. Is that expensive, hard to reverse, and uncertain? It is the most expensive, most irreversible, least certain decision most small businesses make all year. And most of them make it with a questionnaire that scores like a severity sheet. Lots of fields, no probability, no dollars. You already own the better tool. You just have not aimed it there. A founder wants to drop an AI agent into the workflow with access to customer data. Severity Theater says, high risk, needs review. The discipline asks the 3 questions. Expensive if it goes wrong? Yes. Hard to reverse once it is wired in? Yes. Genuinely uncertain how it fails? Absolutely, because nobody has a probability score for your copilot leaks a contract. That is a decision worth a model. The patch that rolls back in an afternoon never was. The budget, the next hire, the build versus buy call. The same 3 questions sort every one of them into measure this or just decide. That is not a Vuln management tactic. It is a leadership posture. And here is why it has to be this way. It is what the whole campaign was building to. Security does not fail in silos. It fails in cascades. A weakness in vendor management does not stay there. It runs through identity, data, incident response, and compliance at once. And the maturity dashboard that scored each of those domains green never showed you the wire connecting them. You cannot manage that with a static score, because a score is a complicated system tool. And your security program is not complicated. It is complex. Complicated systems can be optimized. Complex systems must be governed. A jet engine you tune to a set point. A living thing you make judgment calls about, with incomplete information, while it moves under you. So here is the whole campaign in one sentence. Triage was the proving ground. It was never the point. A complex system does not yield to a better score. It yields to calibrated judgment. The nerve to earn a model where it counts and decide the rest without it. 6 weeks ago, I told you severity is not probability. Here is the bigger version. A score is not a decision. And the leaders who confuse the two are not running a security program. They are maintaining a dashboard while the cascade runs underneath it. So, before you go, One question. Forget vulnerabilities for a second. Think of the single most expensive, hardest to reverse decision your business is sitting on right now. Did you reason about it in probability and dollars, the way this campaign taught you to triage a flaw? Or did you score it, file it, and call that diligence? If you are not sure which of your decisions are which, that is exactly what the free assessment is for, and it lives at echocyber.io/assessment. This was never about vulnerabilities. It was about how you decide. Now you have the discipline. Go use it. I'm Jane. More signal, less noise.